Hello and good evening. My name is John. We're playing Alone with You, a sci-fi romance adventure. It's part of my Steam cleaning series where I go through every game in my Steam library, eventually then arbitrarily rate and or review them after a wee bit of playtime. Now, I don't quite know what this game is. I picked these games out at random, but why don't we jump in and find out together. Enter. A little bit of pixel art intro. Sci-fi romance. Credits. I missed that one. Music by someone. Oh. My Little Spaceman. WASD? Okay. Alright. Got a nice look to it. Design and story consulted by Mike. Turn to Colony A space. Yeah, good shifting action. Benjamin Rivers and Gavin McCarthy. I like it when the credits, you know, are in the scene with the game. Story design and program by Benjamin Rivers. All right, Ben. Okay. So, all right, I guess we go here. A lot of disabled drones, or droids, I should say. I don't know yet, they could be just robots. Hollow sim chamber inaccessible. Main hallway. Crew. Inaccessible. AI core. Ship hangar. Inaccessible. Sync mission data with AI core. I can't think of anything I want to do more. I don't know why you need a scarf in outer space, but I kind of like it. Alright, we're gonna play. Oh, that's not a. I thought that we were playing Super Hexagon. That's actually the AI. I'm glad you made it back. I assume you were at your usual lookout over the rift again. You must have seen the worsening situation out there. Did you notice the planet's instability on your way over here? I noticed. Then you can appreciate what pickle we're in, both in. I wish we had better news, but I feel I owe it to you, to be honest. The situation is, unfortunately, quite dire. The Hudson Cartier terraforming project has failed. 16 years of work have been undone. I apologize for being so direct, but would it shock you to know that by my estimates, we have less than a month to survive? Makes sense. Perhaps your astuteness is why you alone have survived. The next 3 weeks are critical as Epsilon Eridani B continues to decline. We still have an escape ship here in Colony A. It's structurally sound, and I believe I can help you fly it so we can escape. We can transmit an emergency signal to the home office. We can lightly intercept company vessel in our ship and gain transport back home. The problem is, there are 4 key systems on the escape pod that I can't repair, and you aren't trained to deal with them by yourself. But I have an idea. It requires the use of a hollow sim chainer and a little bit of human connection on your end. You see, there were 4 other colonists who could have saved us if they were still alive. Winnie Laurier, communication expert, she could have helped repair the navigation system. Harry Tong was the colony director and an engineer genius. He would have been able to assist with the thrusters. Leslie Baradwa, not saying that right, ran the Argodomes, and I'm sure she could have helped us. No, Agrodomes. Agriculture, not Argo. Could have helped us maximize the ship's life support and food processing. And Jean Lumumba led the resource management teams. He could have shown us how to best keep the ship powered and stable. You and I can head out to find the materials information, but only these four could have guided us and fixed it. But if we can use the holosim chamber to recreate these four key colleagues, well, it can still help us in a way. I know it's a long shot, and it's going to be a little unusual, but if we can work together, I think we can make it. That's the plan. Before you go to your quarters, though, let's register your name so the holograms know what to call you. No, let's do what we're really doing. Steam. Clean. Steam cleaning. Okay, and your name is Steam Cleaning. Is that correct? Yep. Excellent. I'm glad we got that straightened out. For now, just head to your quarters and rest. You'll need it for tomorrow. Alright. A bit of an adventure game, bit of a visual novel. Good aesthetic, I really like it. I guess I'm in the only room that... Private quarters. Oh, they're a mess. I got Mac Plus. Rest for a while. Oof. Am I just like a mage from Final Fantasy with just eyeballs and no face under that hat? Well, so far I'm pretty ensorcelled by what this game has to offer. Good morning. I know you've just woken up, but as we discussed, time is of the essence. How are you functioning today? Are you well? I guess. That's good. Your task will be easier if you're well rested. Please come and see me at the core at your early convenience. Yeah. Just head north to the core and we can discuss your mission today. I know that. I've been at the core before. Okay, Steam Cleaning. Last night I scanned what's left of the colonies and helped to find material we can salvage. I think I found a few good leads. I think it would be best if you first go to comms relay and find the 5 communication devices we can use to escape ship. Comms relay is where Winnie Lariar was last known to be. Hopefully you can find out some more information on her on your trip as well. When you're ready, you can go south to Shuttle Bay and pilot a course. Do it! Some real Resident Evil vibes when it comes to... Oh, I can choose. Okay. Even in space, you need a clutch. Probably been a long time since you've been to the comms relay. I don't believe you had occasion to come here often, if at all. The other colonists separated. This was considered a prime location, but only one person really had the expertise to make use of it. Remember, you're looking for components we can use to power the escape ship's communication. 5 good parts should do it. Nope. 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 Yes. Oh boy, even from here I can sense how damp and musty it is in there. It probably smells to you like an old puddle. Standard and field notebook. Most of the colonists use these as a data pad. Notebooks were inexpensive and easy to transport. Study reveals that humans enjoy physically writing on paper. Seems rather inefficient, but I suppose tactility is important in forming emotional, impactful memories. Speaking of which, it looks like the beginning of some sort of fiction. Interesting. Here reads the last interview with Paula M. Paula had suffered a long and arduous struggle against the dark, and now in her final moments with it, she relented to its questions. These are the only pages included in this notebook. We want to read the rest. We'll have to find that page. Alright. Got ourselves a little mystery. Field notebook. Use elevator. Alright. Door is locked. Take the elevator. Yes. How are you doing so far? Need any help? No, I'm good. Very resourceful, Steam Clean. If you need a reminder of what you're doing while you're on the facilities, just press H. Locker room. Power bridge exit. I like the digital signs there. Oh. Small physical books. All columns are issued data pads with e-reading abilities, but I suppose this wasn't to everybody's liking. Sorted philosophy titles from old human writers. You can see very neat notes written in the margins. First page had a monogram on it, W. Here's a torn pages of the notebook. It looks like the story starts here. Dark. Why struggle? You know I've been here, waiting all this time. Why don't you give up? It's not my nature just to give up. Really? I'm not sure about that. For a long time, even amongst your peers, you gave up, or at least you seemed to withdraw from them. Isn't that like giving up? I don't think so. That's interesting because they did. The further you isolated yourself, the less they felt like reaching out. Didn't you notice that? Yes, I noticed it. I assume there's more. Maybe you'll find more pages. Press on. Interesting though, yeah. Hopefully we'll get to read the rest of the story. Open relay conduit, like someone's repaired the terminal more than once in time to continue missions. There's some clever work here. You can scan it, help me configure the ship's communication parts, more redundant and fail-safe. Or more parts. Alright. We got the book. You know, with any adventure game, and I'll say this every adventure game, with any adventure game, it'd be nice if they would give you the highlights of like, hey, you can go here, or you can touch this, or you can do that. Conduit room. System administration. Bucket. Oh, hold on. Something here. Remote service panel. Very low non-standard signals. Unconventional, but I can use this boost signal escape ships for speaking. 3 more parts. There are certainly fewer components in that tower you might think. I don't believe the drones finished fitting it as well as the others. And as the construction of the colony's prefab elements continue, resource allocated estimates often become skewed. Too bad, really. More pages! So what made you change your mind? You're here, talk to me now. You wouldn't have entertained that before. What changed? Well, this is the end, isn't it? There's no one else out there, so I'm talking to you. You know that's not true. There are still others out there. You can hear them on your radio. They don't know that. They don't know I made a new radio. No, of course not. That's what makes you so interesting. You withdraw, but in your way you still reach out. You just don't want anybody to discover that. Pauline? Paula falls silent for a moment. The story sounds like getting serious. I'm curious. Who are you siding with right now? Pauline or the dark? I'm not taking sides. Maybe you're right. We should see how the story plays out first. For now, let's move on. It's a very chatty AI. Nothing wrong with that, just saying. Bedroll, microfiber, habitat of sorts. Very curious. Older technology does show amazing. Several of these pieces still functioning. One must have collected old computers, sound systems, radios. Your scan will help me fabricate something invented for the ship, I'm sure. 2 more communication parts. Also wouldn't mind like a chime. Books, adventure stories. Humans seem to list kind of fantastic tales. Physical reading, digital versions. W monogram. Foil wrappers for food and snacks. Took a long time for food to be made. Hudson Carter Transfer Colony, a lot of food could be included. Plus the subsequent efficient cargo and food store. Of course, until the agro dorms were built, you had all the subsidized in these various portable stores. Alright, let's unlock the doors. Yes. Alright. On down. A lot of transitions. More pages. Why doesn't Well, who do you listen the most? The gardener woman? The drone leader? The self-appointed director? The... Interrupting. William. Sometimes he still broadcasts in the old colony. He sends me little messages, actually. And why him? Why William? He was so important here. He kept things working, kept things repaired. He was essential and nobody really gave him the respect he deserved. So what? Do you think you can relate to him? I don't know. Of all of them, I think I just understood the best. When he stopped communicating, it felt like the end of the world. Well, when you think of it, it might be. You said it yourself. Paula gives the dark, cold, long stare, the toughest she can muster. There's no point in arguing the inevitable. Doesn't say anything. That seems the end of the story for now. I wonder if William's representing to Mr. Williams King, who was maintenance chief in Colony B. Alright, still functioning terminal. Mainframe is unfortunately damaged, but the terminal scan still was good work. One more. Nope. So I know I must have missed something because it's telling me. Dang it. One of these rooms locked? Yes. Oh. Heater's ornaments then a blanket hung on the conduit. A towel curtain. Blocking your red light. So thin, those blanks were dense steaming out. Pocket-sized physical books. I see look mostly guys' social interaction workplace issues. Whoever was rolling these books, as you say, boning up. Is that what you say? Sure. Well, they're definitely boning up on how to deal with their colleagues, by the looks of it. That's interesting. Portal terminals have tiny bit of battery left. The model was known for being quite long-lasting. Use your scan components as a guide to making escape ship communication more efficient. Yay, we found all the parts. Head on home. Will a space monster come and get me? Tom's really appears to be in worse shape than I expected, but good work. It looks like you found what we needed for today. Whoa. Just gotta readjust small thing. Go ahead and use the shuttle to come back home. Use the shuttle. And then we want to go back home. I think that shifting animation is my favorite one. I think I want to go through a hollow room and get a sense of what that's like, and then we'll call it a wrap. Excellent, you're right. Please see me in the core immediately. We can process your finding. I got an achievement. Okay, I've seen the data in your scan and collected today out there. Thank you for bringing this to me. I have good news as well. I've got the holosim chamber up and running. The constructs of the 4 columns are already loaded. I'm already working on helping you, but due to the currently limited availability of power and processing cycle, the chamber is a little shaky. Retire to your quarters. When I got the holosim stable enough for you to enter, I'll call for you. Alright, sounds good. Oh, different sleep animation. Steam cleaning. Can you hear me? Sorry to wake you, but I need to show you something. I was able to make the final adjustments and got the holosim chamber nice and stable for you. I think it's best you meet one of the others as soon as possible, so you should please go to the chamber in South Hall. bum, 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 bum. I don't know why they make you push spacebar to go through those transition points. I think you would just go. So only work at night when the other system is powered down. It's a limitation of current situation. Also means they'll be in low power mode too, so you'll see on your own in there. And be able to see or hear what happens. By the time you get in the chamber, it will be strictly between you and whoever you're seeing that day. In the morning, the holograms will sync their data and ideas. Tonight, you'll be meeting with Winnie Lariar for the first time. Since Com Relay was her domain, it makes sense that you visit. Remember, these holographic recreations, they're based on data backups like Keep Reach, Keep the Colony. They are, in effect, the very same people. However, after the Rift event broke off communication with other parts of the facility, I lost track of these people. I was no longer to keep them up to date. These constructs won't mean anything past a certain point. They might be a little touchy about that, so please be careful. Anyway, when you're ready, just enter the chamber and use the control station within. When you're finished, you can return to your quarters. Speak to you in the morning. Good luck in there. Good night. Good night, Sinclair. Hope these visits will help us to our goal. Wow. Alright, so this is going to be the visual novel part of this, I'm guessing. Oh, hi there. Don't mind me, I just need to finish the calculations. I'll be done in a moment. The AI told me about your trip today. Did you find those items you needed? Yes. That's good. I'm sure the AI will be able to help you get what you need in the end. Anyway, I think I'm done here for now, I guess. Let's just have a seat on the sofa. I got to use a break. The AI is all working quite a bit. We can simulate pretty much whatever we need in here to figure out how to best help you. Whatever you scan out there, the AI can give it to each of us in here so we can keep working. It's a pretty smart setup, really. Just make my work environment this room. It's how I remember my old apartment back in the day. Is that weird? Not at all. Thank you for saying that. It's the most practical choice, but having all my books here, it's old sofa, it feels like home. Anyway, the AI must certainly be keeping you busy as well, so I'm glad you're here. And since you are, what would you like to talk about? You pick. Well, you can probably tell I'm not the greatest monster, but okay, let's see. How about books? Do you read much? Voraciously. Oh well, me too. I mean, obviously you might have noticed that, but I guess apparently you found a bunch of my books. The AI told me about that. I really like adventure stories, big, complicated ones, plus it helped deal with the relative closeness of living in the colony. I could imagine I was anywhere, and Hudson Carter Manual said the escape was important to thriving in the remote colony. This is partly why we equipped with this hollow sim chamber. Standard issue, so the higher-ups must have felt it was important. There are programs that we all brought with us. I don't know much about the other people in here. Maybe some took exotic vacation. William, Maintenance Chief King, I think he had some version of his wife in there. She didn't come with him. He stayed on Earth. He never said anything about it, but I could tell it got to him. It did to all of us, but most of us were, well, alone. Normally Hudson Carter won't allow colonists to separate from their loved ones. They came as a package or they didn't go at all. Keep stress down, they said. But Williams, well, he was a bit older and the best candidate for the job. I suppose HC knew how important he was to them. Dang, I wonder if what his wife was doing. She's still alive back on Earth. I wonder if she knows, what happened to her. Do you want to talk something else? Ship's comms. Well, I'm sure the AI explained. My job is helping to get escape ship's communications repaired. You don't blast off in space with no voice. Given everything else is functioning, you wouldn't want to be out there, no way to contact me. I think I'd rather be adrift than not have a working radio. I think the AI plan is sound. If you can contact someone in the shipping lane, you can hopefully arrange a pickup. Kind of like thumbing a ride back on Earth, I guess. I never did that. Now that I think of it, I definitely was too, well, afraid to try it. Anyway, sorry, I was talking too much. I don't think I ever talked this much before when I was, well, real, alive. Wonder why that is. Okay, so if you're gonna offer me choices, make the choices matter. Line 47 of my complaints on visual novels. As much of a chance as anyone making this work. In the end, I don't think I could have quite believed it was going to fail. We all arrived here, when? 2048? What year is it now? 2060. Wow, 16 years. So much has happened and there was so much needless loss. By the time we all arrived here in 2048, the remote colony building system had all the basics ready. Most people were pretty excited to get started. But I had a harder time adjusting. Space travel does some people. At least that's what the head psychologist, Miss Bochard, something about how close everybody was, It's easy to feel trapped. We trained for all that, of course, but the real thing is different. Anyway, so you were in the comms relay today. What was it like out there? No pages? You found a notebook, didn't you? The story on? Oh no, that's embarrassing. Oh yeah, the notebook is, I mean, well, mine. I was writing stories well, to pass the time and to deal with things. I always wanted to write a book, but I never did. I figured it was my only chance to try. I know it wasn't very good, as I was trying to put my thoughts and, well, my feelings in some kind of relatable way, but that was probably pretty obvious. It's funny though, now that I think of it, I don't remember how the story ends. I can't remember everything I wrote. But what do you think of what you read? If you read it. It was good, really? Well, thanks. I appreciate you saying so. It means a lot. What else in the comms really? It was damp. The acidic rain must really be wearing down then. One of the factors we couldn't properly account for. Us in Cartier knew the weather systems on the planet, of course, had a decade's worth of survey data with what to plan for this project. I guess a decade only tells you so much. The systems changed and the acidic rain became much worse, more frequent. I was surprised many of the structures there didn't suffer damage. In Colony B, we had it the worst. Things eroded so fast. Comms relay seemed relatively intact, but even so, it was tough to keep the equipment working. I can still feel the chill of that place somehow. Maybe it's a good thing you have that scarf. You want it? Thanks, but I don't really think I feel the cold anymore. Not in a real sense. That's nice of you to offer. What else? It was empty. So I think there are some choices that matter there, because we only get one shot at them. There were 5 towers in the relay. You must have been in Tower A. It was never complete. Relay was designed to be redundant, so not everything is in one place, and there are always backup of critical systems. I was the one who designed it, or consulted on the key components back on Earth, but not everything was built to spec. I remember there were some issues with some of the drones. We lost some capability, so we had to think on our feet. That's why Tower A is only half in it. Seems like almost nothing went the way it was supposed to. It's so awful to think about, all those people. I know. It would worse though, to be the last. I can't even better think about it. So it kind of sounds selfish, but as I work in here, I keep thinking about the fact that I'm here and yet, well, I'm not. I think I can see you obviously, and it all seems real, but I'm not here, am I? I'm not really around anymore. So obviously something happened to me, the real me, but I can only remember so far back. I guess the AI's version of me only accounts for so much. It's like a backup, I suppose. The me you see in the most recent version, but does it count? Does any of this matter? Am I not even real? If I'm not even, you are to me. Okay, thanks. It means a lot for you to think so, and that you came here to talk to me. I mean, not just for work. Look, I don't want to keep you here considering all you have to worry about. You need a rest and still have much work to do. But do you mind, well, to see if you can find out what happened to me, maybe find some kind of record of what I went through? I promise. Thanks. Maybe we can talk about some more next time I see you. Take care for now. That's interesting. You get a little bit of a, I don't want to say dating sim, but it's a visual novel where you interact with the characters. I made a promise, so that's going to be rough because I probably won't be able to finish this game. I rarely finish games, but I do like what I've been playing so far. Alone with you. Alright, so we're going to wrap it up there. That was day 1, I guess. Day 1 and night 1. Overall, what do I like about this game? I think the visuals are great, really good, stylish. The scarf is amazing. The transitions and the sci-fi theme all worked well together. Soundtrack's okay. Transitions are could be a little bit snappier, but not too big of a deal. Writing's been good. Doesn't have any voice acting, but that would definitely increase the cost and the scope of the game. Overall, Alone with You, a sci-fi romance is what they called it. Good. I enjoy it. Cheers.